So, good evening, everyone. It is very far in the evening for me. Um, so there's been an update, mainly around this support gem, Unholy Trinity. So for those that don't know, Trinity is already considered one of the best support gems in the game. Gives like 30% more damage, 16% elemental pen. It's like 1.5 support gems, maybe a bit less, like 1.3 support gems. Unholy Trinity, at level 3, gives 70% more damage, and instead of giving elemental penetration, it gives the Inquisitor effect at 90%. So supporters have a 90% chance to ignore enemy lightning and chaos resistance. So it gives it for lightning and chaos res and physical damage reduction. So it's pretty much almost Inquisitor effect for lightning and fizz damage. So I consider this to be equivalent to like 3 support gems. So in my last video, I haven't upgraded my wand yet, so I was thinking of a way to make Unholy Trinity work. A normal like double LE or tri LE wand wouldn't work with Unholy Trinity because it needs the physical hit to be higher than all 3 elemental for it to count towards Unholy Trinity. So the way I have my damage set up right now is you can see the physical roll range. It's generally higher than the fire and cold, and it's a lot less than the lightning, but because we're volatility and Kinetic Fusillade hit so many times, I have pretty good, like, the Unholy Trinity is just up all the time. So I found this out when I was looking at imbued support gems for my Kinetic Fusillade, because you can see here I gambled all the time, so I missed every single time, so I was just like, fuck it, I'm just gonna buy mine. And I was looking to buy Trinity. For some reason, Trinity support is 10C, when I'm pretty sure this is one of the best supports you can get. I don't know why people really want level 20, like level 21, 20 Trinity. The more damage, it's 30% regardless. So all you're getting out of levels from Trinity is 9% elemental pen, maybe 10 if you have a 21 support. So it's pretty insignificant in my opinion, the levels. Of course, power charge on crit is probably better eventually if you can scale your power charges. So I bought a level 1 Trinity for 10C and I was thinking, damn, what I'm going to take out my Trinity now, what other support I can use. So I was going to use Invert the Rules at first, because looking through the new support gems, seemed pretty good. I was running maps which could go upwards of 100% Elemental Pen, and then I saw Unholy Trinity. So I bought this immediately, it was really cheap, and I wanted to see at first if it works with Trinity. It doesn't, so you can't use both of them. And obviously I also couldn't sustain it, because at the time, my physical damage wasn't high enough with my old wand. I think it's still here. Yeah, my old wand, with that cold roll, it put the cold at consistently above the physical. So even though like the physical could bounce up above the cold, it was too rare for it to happen, and it was pretty much always below the lightning when it happened. Or like, the physical was just never the highest. So I couldn't get it to work. So with my wand upgrade, instead of going for my initial plans, which, spoiler alert, this is my current POB with 21 million DPS. My initial plans at 14 mil had a crafted wand with Essence of Wrath Lightning plus a T1 LE roll, so either cold or fire, and then global crit multi T1, and then you craft on penetration with strength in and the crit chance craft. So this was the initial plan, but if you have a wand like this, you can't make use of Unholy Trinity because your physical will be too low. So instead, what I've opted for in my current setup is a Fractured Fizz wand. So you can go with either Fractured Flaring or Fractured, I forgot what the percent one's called, Merciless. Merciless is really expensive, so I went for Fractured Flaring. This was 3D, and I just rolled it with essences until I either hit T4 Fizz or above, or T1 Crit Multi. I hit T1 Crit Multi, so I crafted on percent Fizz and the Strength 8 craft. So this is my one done. So this gives me enough Fizz to consistently proc Unholy Trinity. So, yeah. And then, the only downside to this is, it makes it really hard to run Reflect Fizz maps now. Whereas in the past, my Fizz was low enough. With my high levels of armor, I could comfortably run Reflect Fizz without changing anything. So now, yeah, I can't really run Reflect Fizz unless I take, even with the mastery, it's not good enough anymore. So that's a bit unfortunate, but in return I get 80% more damage. So a few things I have changed. I've taken out the Wrath Penetration Watcher's Eye. That's no longer needed because we have 90% pen, 90% like true pen. Instead, we don't need exposure on the gloves, so we go Fizz Converted Lightning, and my Watcher's Eye, I snagged this on trade for like 2D. I just have a Precision mod, and also Wrath Fizz Convert. You can go Wrath Fizz as extra as well, both are fine. And this had a triple mod, Armor while Effect by Determination, which doesn't really do that much. It's just a little bit of extra armor, but it was cheap, so that's my Watcher's Eye now. And that's pretty much all the changes. So a Fizz Lightning mod now, you don't actually want pure Fizz. It's less damage, unless you set up your entire build differently to become a Fizz Wonder, but then you'd kind of build everything kind of differently. You wouldn't build it how I build it. You would want a lot of Fizz as extra mods, which I'm not sure where you'd get, and you'd probably want to scale Hatred in that case. You'd have a pure Fizz. Also, pure Fizz ones are really, really hard to craft. You would probably triple recomb it instead of doing it the way I did it. This was still really expensive. It cost me like 4D in essences to hit, which is more than I expected. I missed the Annul a couple of times when I hit Chrome Multi. And I also hit like T3 Fizz, and then I probably should have Prefix Can't Be Changed scoured that, but I didn't want to spend the money. So this is what I have now. It's a lot more damage, and I think a lot of builds out there should be able to benefit from Unholy Trinity in one way or another. If you can fit it in, it's... Does it work with spells? Does Trinity work with spells? Supports skills that hits enemies, causing them to gain bonuses while you have resonance. So it does work with spells. I guess no one really uses it with spells because it's really hard to get 2 elements unless you're playing some kind of like Fizz. No, yeah. So this is really insane, even for spells. Because if you have like Stormburst, for example, with 50% Fizz to Lightning baked in, and you don't do anything, just scale spell damage or Fizz damage, then you just have a 70% more damage support, and you don't need to worry about pen. So this support is absolutely cracked, because yeah, it's just an absolutely insane support. Yeah, thanks for coming to the update, guys.